I'm back with another video. This is specifically the foot mask. Um, I didn't really do much videos on foot mask. I think there may be possibly only one. Um, so I feel like, you know what, let me start doing these foot mask videos. Obviously, I'm not gonna show my foot, um, because foot fetish is a real thing, and honestly, that is something I do not want to post online just like that for everybody to see. Um, so yeah, moving forward, this is specifically from Earth Therapeutics. It is a tea tree oil moisturizing foot mask. So basically, it is supposed to moisturize your feet, especially if they are on the dry end. It does deep penetrating relief. What? Deep penetrating relief. A therapeutic blend of healing tea tree oil, um, emollient shea butter, and a natural botanicals to moisturize and soften hard skin and calluses. Um, Certified organic, and don't worry, I don't know how. Well, the previous face mask video that I posted, that's that, cause I was out of. All right, so you're supposed to make sure that you wash feet with warm water. Obviously, you're gonna use body wash to clean your foot. If you want to do it after you take a shower, that's a lot more helpful. Make sure your foot is dry after you clean them. Open the pocket, gently part sock type foot mask along the top open seam and slip over the foot. Leave on for a minimum of 20 to 30 minutes. Though may have on for longer as desired after taking off foot mask. No need to rinse, massage any excess formula onto the skin. Also, within the treatment period, if foot mask is too loose or you need to walk around, please wear irregular socks on top of the foot mask to prevent slipping. And it can possibly come off as well. So this is the mask. Um, so what they mean is to slightly open the seam line is right here. This is supposed to be closed, so I barely cut the top part off. Um, the first few two, 3 foot masks I bought like way in the past, when I initially started using foot masks, I rarely used them. But I believe those were more of a peel off mask that I've used. Um, they were a lot more easier in terms of cutting off, like opening the top, because they would be like this together, and all I had to do was and they only had this dotted lines on it, so you just kind of have to rip it, not rip it, but like, tear it out. Well, it's technically the same meaning, but, and then you just have to wear it. Now, for this is more of a moisturizer, not a peel off foot mask. A peel off foot mask and a moisturizing foot mask, which this is a moisturizing one. The difference is that a peel off mask is basically getting rid of the dead skin cells. Um, so you don't start seeing the skin come off right away. It does take roughly a week, and then you start seeing the peel off process. It does take around 2 to 3 days, and then you're not supposed to pull those off. You're supposed to let it come off naturally. So I would personally recommend it to wear during the winter time, like autumn winter time, so like you're not showing that it's coming off. It's a lot more easier. If you have extremely dry feet, or you just don't use body scrubs, I would or you don't even bother. I wouldn't say bother, but if you don't do pedicures either, then I would recommend to start off with the peel off mask. If your feet is on the dry end, um, the peel off mask will first help off with the dead skin cells, like that. It will help soften your skin a little bit. You normally tend to get a lot most of the dryness more in the heel area and your big toe area, and slightly below that big toe area. Those are the main areas where you normally get the most dryness out of. um so once I feel like, you get rid of that dead skin cells, then probably I would say give or take um give it almost a month before you use like this moisturizing foot mask. And I would say just use it on a regular basis. I would say use it once every, if yours is extremely dry, I would say use it more on a regular basis. I would say once or twice every week. Let's say you use the first one on Monday, then you do the next one on Thursday, so you just continue doing Monday Thursdays. I would say do it overnight. It's a lot more easy. I normally tend to do it overnight, for the most part, and I still see that, for the most part, a lot of times, like I would say, 90% of the night, it will constantly be absorbing it, and it's good because you're not really walking around, and I feel like it's more helpful. Once you start seeing that your skin is getting a lot better at the bottom, then I would just say start doing it like once a week and then cut it down to once every 2 weeks. Will be a lot more easier if you're somebody who already is using doing pedicures or scrubs on your foot already. So I wouldn't really recommend to do peels right before this or after, as often, especially if you're doing pedicures because dead skin cells comes off anyways. I normally don't do pedicures in the winter time. But yeah, I normally don't do it in the winter time. So for me, it's more convenient to do a peel during the winter time. So um, yeah, that's more convenient for me. I know a lot of people just don't do it in the summer either, which is okay. Okay. Um, when you do pedicure, you don't necessarily need to put on nail polish. Um, but however, that's just a good way. So, not everybody really needs a peel off mask. So I just kind of wanted to bring that in, so you guys would have an option. The the other difference between the two is the um the peel off mask that has this cloth um is lined inside. It's like a separate sheet inside, and then there is actual proper liquid in there. Um, I think that's a lot more easier for a peel mask to penetrate into your skin, whereas this moisturizing one is literally inside the sheet mask because outside is that it's kind of like that slippery material type. I don't want to say exactly what material this is, and the inside is just like it's almost like touching a fabric, like a soft fabric. I wouldn't compare it to a napkin because a lot of the napkins are really rough. So, and then the liquid's in there, so you don't really feel like the liquid actually moving back and forth, but your skin is still able to pick up the moisturizer part in there. And I do feel I was personally able to tell the bottom sole of my feet that it was actually taking because I had there's this like cooling sensation that was in my bottom sole of the feet, and it was more to it though. I can't really describe the other part of this feeling that I was, but it was not a bad feeling where I started getting irritation and allergic reaction and stuff like that. So it definitely helped with softening my skin. My skin is not really hard to begin with, but it definitely needed some kind of a moisturizer. So I felt like it definitely helps out. I don't do foot masks regularly to begin with. However, when I feel like when I do it, it is beneficial for my feet. Um, I know that I'm not really going to be showing my feet since it's winter out in public, but I feel like, I'm not really doing it for the public eye. I'm doing it for more of my own. Like, I want to make sure my skin actually looks and feel good for myself, and that I'm taking care of my skin for myself and not for others to see. Um, so, that being said, I personally did like it. I feel like it may be a little strong for certain people if you have like um extremely sensitive skin. My skin is somewhat sensitive and I do have rosacea, but I feel like it didn't really give me that bad of a reaction. So I would suggest that the only way to do a trial and error on this, honestly speaking, is actually put it on and leave it on for a few minutes. But yeah, you need to go with the gut instincts to know that okay, this is actually irritation that I'm feeling, and it's not good for my skin, so I need to take it off. So if you're kind of somebody who's a bit hesitant about that situation and want to give it a try, but want to make sure that you don't get a negative reaction, I would just say that do it at a time where you're doing a me time, and do it during the day where you will be at home for a while, and then try to see if it works for you. And if it doesn't, you can obviously eventually at some point shift it towards the nighttime when you do it another one. If you already know that it's not going to do a negative reaction to your skin anyways, then you might as well you can do it overnight. I would suggest that if your skin is dry or normal to dry, then yeah, you can always do it overnight. If it's just normal or your skin is not anywhere near dry, especially if it's oily, um, then I wouldn't suggest do it overnight. I would just say leave it for 20 to 30 minutes. You don't really need to go further than that. Even normal skin, I feel like you don't really need to do it overnight, unless if you're somebody whose skin is more on the normal side during the summer and then really, really dry in the winter time. If you feel like you want to do it over the summer, in that case, for normal skin, then just leave it on for like 20-30 minutes as suggested on this in the directions. And then if you do end up getting dry in the winter, then you obviously want to put extra hours into it. I mean extra time, not hours. It's really up to you if you want to put extra time, even if it's moving 30 minutes to an hour or overnight. So I would suggest probably that. And that's more helpful. And if you're more of somebody who wants to prep this for like a big event the next day, either you're going to a wedding or it's your wedding, somebody else's wedding, it's your big party, or whatever the case is, or you're doing like a get together outside, then instead of doing it the day of, I would suggest do it the night before. At least you will have a head start. Um, because obviously when you take a shower the day of that event, you're obviously going to start getting ready. Now, my suggestion for that is that you can always, if you want to do it the day of, take a shower, come out, put it on, like, dry up your body. First, put that on, and then, do your makeup, hair, wear your clothes. And once you're done with that, um, you can possibly take it off before you put jewelry on, because I know some of us do wear anklets and janders and everything. So obviously just take it off before you put jewelry on if you want to. Other than that, I feel like that will cover up your time frame, and obviously it will help you out. That's another suggestion if you want to do it on the day of, um, for your for event that you're going to. So I personally did like it. It did help on my feet. Now, since I did this already today, I don't see myself doing it for a while. Like I mentioned, not too earlier in this video, that I rarely do foot masks. I personally don't see that I don't need to do it as often. I probably need to do a little bit more during the winter time. I kind of stopped doing my pedicures around November-ish time, December the latest, but this time around, I think I stopped. Well, the latest I would normally do it is like early November, but this time around, I actually stopped like right in the beginning of December, because the weather surprisingly was still good, like until like the end of December. However, I was planning on going and getting pedicure and um, dip powder with tips, um, like right at the end of December, right before New Year's. However, I know there was going to be this snow coming in, and it was like a good couple of inches, so I knew that my nails were going to break when I would clean my car. Um, so which did happen, and normally I would have somebody would start telling me like, I'll do it, I'll do it, I'll do it, and then they just help me out. However, in this scenario, my car ended up being parked somewhere else, so I kind of had to clean the car on my own. So I did end up breaking my nail, and then by beginning of January, it was getting colder now, so I decided not to do the pedicure. So this is technically my first month not doing pedicure. I know by the time this video is up, it's not gonna be January, and I most likely will have my pedicure done. So this is the reason why this is like the first foot mask of the season for winter. Um, February, I am debating on whether I want to do it or not, or if I just should go for the pedicure. I'm debating. But if I do it, and if I do another one that is not the specific one, then I'll do a review. And if it's this specific one, because I haven't bought any other foot mask yet, um, so if it's another one, then I'm obviously going to do a review on it. So it just really depends on how I go from here. But other than that, if you want me to try out any other products, or you want me to talk on a certain topic, please do comment down below. Other than that, I'll be linking both my Instagram pages. Make sure to follow, hit the subscribe button, the bell button. I'll be back for more. Stay safe and stay tuned, guys.